Hello, my name is Ko Fujimoto. I am going to talk about Form I-407 today, giving up your green card process. Let's get started. So the first part is find I-407 on the web, and I'm going to show you how to. And the secondary, fill out the form. So let's get to the Google and follow these two steps. I'm going to switch the gear. It's a dark mode, so bear with me. You type in I-407 and you can click the, top part is a USCIS web page, and forms and the documents downloads. There is a form I-407. Here you go. And this is the form. And let's go through them quickly. Part 1 is information about you, your name, and other information. And here, state the reasons for abandoning your green card. The next part is mailing address outside of the United States. I think majority of the people, I think most of the people would send in this form overseas. And this section, mailing address outside of the United States, written in a language where you reside. I think this is for probably, my guess is probably for making sure that, the notice would get back to you correctly. And then part 1 still continues, documents returned and location of submission. And you would attach your green card or your residency permit. I'm sorry, let me make sure I say it correctly. You would attach your current green card, and if you have the I-131, the re-entry permit, you also need to attach the re-entry permit. And in the certification section, you do need to sign here. And I think that's pretty much it. Part 2 is interpreters, contract information, contact information, certification, and signature. And the part 3 is for the government to use. Okay, so that's that. And before I leave this site, on the same page, it says where to file, and you'll be able to find where to send I-407 here. Okay, I recommend, I am not the immigration attorney. Therefore, if you have any questions, you really should check with the attorney whose practice is in the immigration field. Okay. So let's get back to the presentation. The third one is send in with green card, and if applicable, you also need to attach the re-entry permit. I think important part in this section is you want to keep the copy of your I-407 as well as any other documents that you are enclosing, because in case it gets lost, you want to have the support or alternative documentation with you. The in a very rare case, I think you would give up your green card at the border or your embassy, but now the US government wants you to send in the form to USCIS office in Vermont, the address listed on the website. As a final note, the form, if you look at the top right-hand side corner of the note, it says it expires July, I think 31, 2023, and this is 2024. I think you can simply ignore that date because the form on the website is the most updated one. So the other critical point that I want you to remember is make sure you'll be able to track your mailings. There are a few reasons. Number one is you don't want to lose them. Okay, so you might want to pay extra fees to make sure that you can keep track of your mailing of your I-407 with a green card. The second reason is, do you want to keep track? You want to have a proof that when you send in the green card, because the date when you send in the green card is typically becoming the date when you give up your green card. In other words, the date when you give up your green card is your last day as a U.S. tax resident. And it's critical from the tax perspective. Therefore, you want to track your mailings. The final thought about I-407 I have here. First, it's not just taxes. So giving up green card it means a lot. So it has a legal consequences. You should thoroughly check the potential consequences before you do this. And a lot of people just do this without really thinking very thoroughly. And I don't think it's a good idea to do that. If you have questions, you should check with immigration attorney. Because if you want to come back to the U.S. and they'll be restricted, like entry will be restricted. I don't know how easy for you if you change your mind and get a green card again. I don't know. And the current visa situation is obviously changing depending on who is in charge of the U.S. government. And this is more so on the immigration attorney's field. So please check with them. The other part is the tax consideration. When you give up your green card, there may be potentially you may be facing a U.S. exit tax, and that's something that you want to plan ahead. There may be a way to avoid being taxed for U.S. Exit tax. And also the timing of giving up the green card is important. Because if you give up your green card earlier in the year versus later in the year makes a difference, because it changes that your U.S. tax residency period from January 1st, your last day. The day when you give up your green card is that date that you were a resident of the United States. So if this period gets longer or shorter, it affects your tax situation. So I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. I hope this is helpful for you. And if you have any further questions, especially tax side, not too much on the legal side, okay? But a tax side, please take advantage of our complimentary online meeting, which I attach the link to the description page of this video. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.